By popular request, the invisible rules of finding a real career mentor. Don't just straight up ask someone to be your mentor without further context. Mentor is much more of a verb than it is a noun, and you can't just be like, oh, you're my mentor, and have that be the case. 2, start with places where you work, intern, or go to school. Mentoring relationships are much better developed in repeat environments. Do not just have an informational interview with someone and then at the end ask them to be your mentor. That can make them feel really uncomfortable. 3, you need to provide value to them first. By becoming their go-to employee or being their research assistant, some sort of repeated connection where you help them. Next, stick to talking primarily about work topics in the beginning. Asking for additional background about projects, learning more about the industry at large or best practices. Those are all great points to connect with your potential mentor about without having to talk about personal stuff. Diving straight into the personal stuff in the first few weeks can just feel a little bit oversharey. And then as your relationship develops, that's when you can bring in more of your personality and background and ask them about theirs. Start with little things like asking them about their weekend, sharing things about yours. And if they respond to that well, that's when you can start asking them about interests, hobbies, family, stuff like that. And lastly, just give it time. You can't develop a mentor overnight. Any long-lasting mentoring relationship will take at least 6 months. So give it time, let it breathe like a fine wine.